Do you wish that your dog had better backside skills? Do you feel like you're always in the way when they land, cannot being able to get to where you're going next? How about when they run around the whole jump unless you're actually waiting for them to commit? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the #1 mistake people make that prevents them from having independent backsides, and 3 easy steps that you can do to help your dog get better backsides. Let's get to the video. Hey everyone, it's Jess Martin here from Agile Dog Training, where we help you bring out the best in your agility dog. So if you're new to this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of our weekly training videos. As a full-time agility instructor, I've noticed there's one critical mistake that a lot of my students make that prevents them from truly getting the independence they're looking for in their backside skill. And that is, they're always rewarding the dog once they've finished it. They're thinking of the backside as one piece versus 3 separate components. But wouldn't it be nice if you could send your dog to a back, completely trust that they're going to go, and know that you don't have to wait for them to commit to the bar? Well, you can train this, and I've broken it down into 3 easy steps for you to follow. Alright, so step 1 of this skill is the commitment to the back. Now, it's really important here that we're actually rewarding the dog for their commitment, not coming through the uprights, and definitely not for chasing us and coming to hand. So the placement of the reward in this step is actually behind the wing. Now, it doesn't matter if you're actually using a jump bar during this, your dog's going to get rewarded strictly for going behind the wing. In order to teach this, start with your dog beside you so that you're both lined up. Now, if you're going to use a verbal cue for this, then make sure you're giving your verbal cue right before you give your step forward. That step forward is going to release your dog to the reward and make sure that they're running a nice straight line for you. Now, you want to make sure that your dog is not asking any questions at this stage or head checking back at you, so be sure to start close enough to the wing that your dog is absolutely confident in what you're asking them to do. As your dog is successful, you can start to increase your distance from the wing so that they have more of a choice to make. As you move laterally across the bar, you'll actually see your dog have to pass the jump itself and choose to go to the backside plane. Now, the right answer here is super easy because we still have our toy or food reward placed around the backside. Now, once your dog's getting the hang of this, it's time to start working that independence. So as you send your dog, make sure that you're actually leaving. So take a step towards the backside plane, then turn and go a different direction. This is going to help teach your dog that when you give the cue to go to the back, you want no questions asked and that they can go and do that even if your body language is no longer supporting it. As with everything in agility, it's super important to work it on both sides. So whatever side you started on here, make sure that you work the opposite side before you progress to the next stage. Step 2 is commitment to the jump bar. Now in this step, we're going to be teaching our dog to take the jump no matter what. Imagine if your dog could take that jump and you didn't have to stand there and support. How much easier would that be? You could stay ahead, no problem, right? So in this stage, we want the dog to learn to come through the uprights. Now, in the beginning of this stage, I like to train this without a jump bar, so I'm not asking my dog to make any other decisions. I'm also not patterning the jump bar coming down if they're unsure about their landing position. Now, in the beginning, it's important that you're completely out of the dog's way when they're coming through the uprights, so they don't feel any additional pressure based on your position. A lot of dogs don't like coming towards the handlers over an obstacle anyways, so if you're standing in their perceived landing zone, that's really going to make them want to circle the jump. To be sure I'm out of the way, I like to start from the far wing and send my dog around to the back. Now remember, we've already built up great commitment from our dogs in the previous exercise. You can either have your reward in the hand closest to the dog here, or if your dog is too distracted by the fact there's a reward right next to their head, you can keep it in your opposite hand until you step to send the dog to the back. As soon as you send them, switch your reward into the hand closest to the dog, and that will give you a better reward position. As soon as you see your dog go around the wing of the jump, offer them the reward, show it to them through the uprights, and then drop it so that they can actually get it as they're coming through the wings. Now, it's very important here that you're not rewarding from hand, because if you are, you're actually teaching the dog to target you, not find the space between the uprights. As your dog repeats this exercise, gradually add more forward motion as if you're going to the next obstacle. Make sure you're still rewarding the dog when they're actually coming through the uprights by tossing the reward back behind you. It's important to stay at this stage until your dog is showing complete confidence for finding that space and coming through the uprights. People move on from this way too quickly, in my opinion, and that's where they end up with poor commitment to the bar. Now that you've taught your dog to commit to the back and commit to the bar, it's time for step 3, where you reward your dog for following you and committing to your line. I like to add in lots of different positions here to make sure that my dog is really following me and not just looking for pieces of equipment. You can add in blind crosses and lots of different angles. You can even put off-course trap obstacles to really make sure that your dog is following you. I like to scatter a couple of tunnels around to make sure my dog is really paying attention. Alright, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, be sure to post in the comments below and hit the like button. Until next time, happy training. Hey everyone, it's Jess again. Are you looking to become the best handler possible for your dog? Then be sure to sign up for my free online Mastering the Moves footwork course. Now, I took the top 8 moves that I find people struggle with the most and broke them into step-by-step video tutorials for you. I've included the link to this course in the description below, so be sure to check it out and get signed up. Until next time, happy training.